Hey guys, Dalek44 here. I need no introduction, but I got one anyway. Well, Christmas has come and gone. Now we can all enjoy our presents after we've had our Christmas turkey meals. And still recovering from the older turkey meal and the cold turkey sandwiches and whatnot. But I've been passing the time the whole December month by watching Christmas specials. Yes, Christmas specials have brought joy to everybody around the world this time of year. Whether it be TV specials, straight-to-video releases, direct-to-DVD releases, streaming releases, and cinematic releases, Christmas specials can get everybody in the mood for the holidays, even the biggest sourpusses. And the Christmas special I'm going to talk about today is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers one from Season 3. I'm Dreaming of a White Ranger is the 16th episode of the 3rd season of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and the second Christmas special for the TV series. It was first released on video on the 12th of September 1995, and aired on Fox on November the 23rd of the same year. Now we all know the Power Rangers' first Christmas special was actually the direct-to-video release, Alpha's Magical Christmas. But that was more of just a slice of life story where Alpha has a Christmas party with Zordon and some local Angel Grove kids. No big adventure there. But this one has an actual Power Rangers adventure, which makes it stand out. It's Christmas time in Angel Grove, and in the Angel Grove juice bar, everyone inside is in the spirit. Rangers Adam, Billy, Rocky and Tommy watch the goings-on as Kimberly and Aisha hold a minor pageant within. As the pageant ends, the girls rejoin the guys as Ernie approaches Tommy and offers him to put the star on the tree and finish decorating it. However, Tommy spots a despondent little girl and lets her put the star on the top of the tree. Aisha talks to Kimberly, who tells her that this is the first Christmas she's going to spend without her mum. Aisha reassures her and gets her to join in with the decorating as Bulk and Skull enter, lamenting in the duties as Santa and an elf retrospectively. Meanwhile, on the moon, Lord Zedd shows his displeasure over the holidays and produces a spinning top that will hypnotise the children of the world into doing his bidding. Zedd gives Rita revolt at the top and tells him to get to the North Pole and force the elves to make more of his toys while taking Santa hostage. In the North Pole, Santa enters his workshop to check on his elves and their work. However, Rita appears flanked by the Tenga warriors and declares that he is taking over and wants the elves to make the tops. Santa and the head elves stand up to them, but Rito's numbers easily overpower them. The Rangers are soon called upon by Alpha 5 and Zordon and lets them know of Rito's takeover of the North Pole. Before they head off to save the day, Zordon warns them that because of various factors such as the North Pole's unique polarity, their powers will not work at the North Pole. Upon arrival, the Rangers make it to the workshop to see Santa tied up and Rito and the Tengas pushing the elves into working. As the Rangers think of a plan, Zedd spots the teens and sends Goldar to assist Rito and to get rid of the Rangers. And many Christmassy and Rangery hijinks ensue to make sure that the Rangers save Christmas from Lord Zedd's evil plan. This was the second Christmas special in the Power Rangers franchise, the first one being Alpha's Magical Christmas, which was a direct-to-video release. But since that special wasn't exactly intended to be shown on TV and was just a direct-to-video release, that makes this one the first Christmas episode to be shown on television. I'm Dreaming of a White Ranger is still fun to watch today as it was back in the 90s. And it's because of all the Christmassy vibe that you get from that episode. The title of the episode is based on the Christmas song I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas. Duh! And the plot in general is quite a fun plot, seeing the Rangers having to save Christmas from Lord Zedd's evil plans. And it's always fun to see Rito and Goldar working together, even if Goldar isn't his old evil self that he was back in Season 1. It's still fun to watch these two together because they have such a great dynamic in the 3rd season, Goldar being the more competent one and Rito being the idiotic one. And it's hilarious to see the two getting beaten by a bunch of snowballs. Unlike with the rest of the seasons, the moments with Bulk and Skull are always a huge highlight in this special. Seeing them dressing up as Santa as an elf is just so hilarious to watch. Bulk dressing up as Santa Claus for the kids in the Angel Grove Youth Centre is just such a fitting and hilarious moment. And the moment where Skull steals a kiss from Kimberly under the mistletoe is just such a pleasure to watch, especially when you know how he has a huge crush on her. And it goes without saying because of my love of Lord Zedd, but every moment of Lord Zedd and Rita in the moon base is always a highlight for me. Since I love the dynamic between Rita and Zedd, they're just such a great married couple, loving each other unconditionally but always bickering at times, especially when their plans go awry and they're beaten by the Rangers. They're just such a delight to watch. Like any Christmas special that you would expect to see on TV, I'm Dreaming of a White Ranger also has a lot of heart to it as well as action, with two various storylines that are going on in the special. One being Kimberly being depressed that she's going to be spending Christmas without her mum for the first time, and the other one about a little girl being upset on Christmas because her father is stuck at work. It's a very common thing for them to put a lot of heartful moments in a Christmas special, and this one's no exception. Having two heartfelt storylines into the big Ranger storyline that doesn't detract from the story. It just adds to the Christmassy of the special. Another interesting thing about this special is that we don't see the Rangers morph once. And because of the plotline of some sort of atmospheric stuff in the North Pole, they weren't able to use their powers. So they had to improvise and use their human skills like throwing snowballs and setting up Home Alone style traps. With the help of the Elves, of course. This is one of the few times in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers where the Rangers don't use their powers in order to save the day. Which is a nice change of pace for the show. Which makes this one of the many episodes from Power Rangers that doesn't have any Sentai footage at all. Every bit of footage you see in this episode is all American filmed. And while some people might be disappointed that we don't see the Rangers morph in this special, I think it's a nice change of pace, since not every episode always has to have the Rangers morph in. And the way they wrote it into the story is actually pretty creative. It's just really fun to see them using their own initiative human skills to defeat Rito and Goldar. And as I said, it's super hilarious seeing the two getting beaten by a bunch of snowballs. And I love how we get to see Santa Claus in this episode, played by Robert Fliss. I have no idea who Robert Fliss is personally, because I don't remember seeing him in any other things aside from this special, but he really does look and sound like Santa Claus in my opinion. You can just tell how much fun the guy was having playing jolly old Saint Nick. And it makes me wonder why they never called him back for any future appearances in the franchise. He's just such a joy to watch that you can't help but feel like you're watching the real Santa Claus on TV. And not that many people know this, but there's actually an extended version of this episode that was exclusively released on VHS. You may remember I earlier mentioned that this was first released on VHS in 1995. And it's very unique because the VHS release contains extended scenes from the special, scenes that weren't never shown on TV. One of the most interesting cutscenes is where right before the Rangers teleport to the North Pole, they receive a greeting from Kat, who is visiting her family in Australia for Christmas, over the viewing globe. The exclusive scene with Kat talking to the Rangers in the viewing globe gives you the impression that this was meant to take place either before or after she became the new Pink Ranger. But it's most likely it was meant to take place at least one episode before that happened, since Kimberly's still joining them on their mission for this one. Since Kat is already on the Rangers' side and aware of the Rangers' secret identities in this scene, this would indicate that this special takes place before the final scene in A Different Shade of Pink Part 3. And yet when the episode aired on TV, it actually aired many episodes before A Different Shade of Pink Part 3. It's a very odd change when you stop and think about it. And there are many other scenes that we didn't get to see in the TV version that were in the VHS release. And we get a lot more scenes with Lord Zedd and Rita Repulsa in the extended version, which makes me a very happy chappy. And you should probably know by now that every scene with Rita and Zedd makes me a very happy chappy because of their chemistry. And I find it a real damn shame that the VHS extended version never got released on DVD. I mean, we've had the TV version released on the DVD box sets, but we've never had the extended VHS version get a DVD release. And that's a real shame because I really do enjoy watching the extended version. It just adds so much more to the story, and it's just a thrill to watch all the extended moments that we never got to see in the TV release. So if you're going to watch this special, I would highly recommend checking out the original VHS release. It's highly unlikely that you'll find the original VHS tape in any car boot sales or any websites, but luckily a YouTube user named Christmas Every Day has uploaded the extended version of the episode. And I'll leave a link in the description below so you can check it out for yourselves. I'm Dreaming of a White Ranger is another one of those Christmas specials I tend to re-watch this time of year, because of how entertaining it is. I'm Dreaming of a White Ranger is a fun Mighty Morphin Power Rangers episode, and it's a great way to celebrate Christmas when you're in the festive mood. It's got those fun action scenes you'd expect from the franchise, a lot of funny moments with the villains and Bulk and Skull, and it's just an all-around festive episode that I never get tired of watching this time of year. If you haven't been lucky enough to see this episode when it first came out, or just haven't seen it for a while, I highly would recommend checking it out this time of year. It's a special that's fun for all Power Rangers fans, and any Christmas lovers in general. and you definitely won't be disappointed with the fun, action, and merriness of this special. I'm Dalek44. Hope you all had a good Christmas, folks.